Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. That feels a little weird to say because this is only my second YouTube video. So I'm not sure if I should be saying welcome back or welcome to my channel, but welcome regardless. This video today is going to be a February budget review. We're going to go over February's budget, our finances, and then we're also going to set the budget for March. And a fresh new slide, which is always such a vibe. I'm going to walk you through how I budget, how I set things up inside the CoPlenty app spreadsheet. And then we're also going to touch on some goals because I am in a growth season right now. You know, on my social media, I document a lot about our financial rebuild after my partner's failed business up in Sydney that we walked away with like $113,000 of debt. But at the end of last year, I also walked away from the network marketing business that I'd spent years building as well. So I'm literally starting from ground zero, and I want to document this new content creation journey as well. Like I want to document everything month for month because I do have a vision for this place, and yeah, just be able to document and track and see where we're at in a year's time, in 3 years time, in 5 years time, and actually be super transparent in the journey of like what the growth looks like behind the scenes. But for now, let's jump in. Let's go to our January budget. Sorry, not January, February. It's early in the morning, guys. February. Let's do it. Now, February, this was the first month my partner in his new job. We had no idea what his weekly pays were going to be like. We had a rough idea, but all of this in here is a guesstimate. So you can see what I thought they were down here in the income, what I thought they were, and then what they actually were. So I was pretty close. There was a week where I was like $3,500 off. That's because he does 7 days a day shift, has a few days off, then 7 days a night shift, has a few days off. So night shift pay is like double time, so it varies quite significantly. And then it also depends on like what days he worked in that pay cycle. So I feel like it's going to always be changing. But now that we have this, we're going to have a pretty good idea for the month of March. This was total income. That was what I budgeted for. You'll see there's a $32,000 difference. That's because I expected the pay for the truck, some sold off business assets to come through, but it didn't in February, so that will come through in March. So that's what that discrepancy is there. But this is what we actually paid. So we had $19,717 come through. $1,000 went to bills, $100 went to subscriptions, nearly $13,000 went to expenses. This was quite high. It's not usually this high, but we are in a season of furnishing the house from scratch, which I am documenting over on Instagram and TikTok, which has been super fun. Set a budget of $7,000 and I'm really going to try to stick to that, but we'll have to see where I'm at with that, like how much I've got left. We put $470 into savings. Again, that's super low compared to the income, but we're not in that season yet. We just need to set a few things in the foundations, and then moving forward, after we get the debt paid off and things like that, savings will be our main focus. And then we put $3,800 towards debt. These were the pays. I also decided I've got social media, ebooks, affiliate, miscellaneous, etc. Miscellaneous is the truck. I also decided that I'm just going to duplicate this spreadsheet and have a separate spreadsheet to track my finances for my social media, just to keep things super clean, because they are going to come into different accounts, and I want to just have them super clean for tax purposes and documentation and stuff. So just ignore those down there. But let's go and have a look at our expenses. So these were all of our bills, just standard bills. I do need to remove gas because this house doesn't have gas. We haven't like got our Luke's climbing gym membership, my gym membership yet, things like that we want to do, but we're just still settling in at the moment. So expenses, I budgeted $1,140 for food, and we went nearly $1,400. So we were over $245. That was pretty good. I know it's still over. I actually think I just need to kind of adjust the budget a little bit, because I had it like nailed down in Sydney. I had a greengrocer, I had a butcher, I had this place that did cheap dog food. I just had it like really nailed down. I could keep everything under $230, but moving down here, I just haven't been able to do that yet. I also want to try like Butcher Crowd or Mudgee Meats or yeah, some kind of meat delivery, which I think will be a little bit more. We'll have to see how that works out financially. Running out, I budgeted 200. We spent 447, so we were way over there. But my mum did come down from Victoria to spend a week with us, so we did have lots of dates and quality time and things like that. So that's why that's a bit high. Fuel, I budgeted 380. We spent 278. So we're under budget there. Shopping, this was everything like home, I kept homewares as the furniture for the house and the main, like the big ticket items. And then shopping was just little bits and bobs. Like I bought a couple new bedspreads and beach towels and things like that. Budgeted 500 and we spent 200. The homewares, this was the 7,000 budget and we spent 5,877. So I've only got $1,122.98 left to furnish the house, and I've got to buy a lot of things. I actually do have to buy a lot of things. I got to get some beds, I got to get bedside tables, rugs, there's a few cupboards. So it could be done, but it's going to mean that I'm going to have to do a lot of bartering on Marketplace. But I'm up for the challenge. Let's see how we go. Gifts, I budgeted 250 for my birthday, but Luke must have bought that out of a different account. Philo, 210, we spent $38. I thought I was gonna have to pay like $7 a kilo for his pet mince. He does a kilo a day from the butcher, but I actually found a really awesome place called Woofers if you're in Adelaide. If you are in Adelaide, they do amazing quality dog food at really reasonable prices. So I was able to buy in bulk 10 kilos for $38. So that was a win. And then my mum did the shopping the week before and she bought that. So that's why there's only 1 week there. Health and medical, 650. We spent 610. This was filters. I bought a bath filter, 2 shower filters and a tap filter. I do have a Kangen machine that I absolutely love, but it needs to be sent off to Enagic for its annual clean and service and a filter replacement, and wanted to wait till like in the house before I sent that off because I wasn't sure where our return address was. And when they go and get serviced, they're gone for about 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So I wanted something that we could just like place on the taps in the meanwhile while that was getting serviced, so we don't have to drink tap water, because you cannot go back to tap water after you drink Kangen water. You just can't. We all had headaches. Luke's like, I don't know what's happening to me. I'm like, it's the tap water. It literally tastes like drinking out of the pool. So that's what that was there. Takeout, budget 150. We went way over at 368. Again, actually, I was going to blame my mum for being here and having dinners out and stuff, but we were without a fridge for a few days when we moved in, so Luke had to buy his lunches, so that's why that's up. Coffee, 180, we spent way over. I'm gonna take some responsibility there. I was buying iced vanilla lattes every time I did my walk in the mornings, and that shit adds up, especially when they're $10. So I did set a goal after I did my little recap on Instagram. I was quite mortified at the coffee budget. I committed to not buying it for a whole week, and I've done that. I've been drinking them at home every week, and I think I'm going to stick to it. Alcohol, 150. We spent 133. No formula. Gardening, I didn't budget for that, but we did buy a whippersnipper, a lawnmower, and then some oils. Chiro, Luke sees the physio every week or gets a massage. We budgeted 450, spent 320. Family experiences, 250, spent 236. Luke went to the zoo with Ev, and they got an annual pass. Hair and beauty, 150, we spent 144. Miscellaneous, budgeted 610, spent 930. Oh yeah, I paid someone to go to our storage unit and collect everything for us and bring it here, and that was like $500. And then there'd be some little bits and bobs in there. Date night, budgeted 200, spent way over. We went to this was also a birthday celebration that Luke took me to, so we went to a really nice fine dining, sustainable, on the beach seafood restaurant. It was like multiple courses, and then we went and saw a movie afterwards, and we had a couple cocktails, and that adds up pretty quick. Car maintenance, budgeted 1,600, we spent 940. I was going to do both of our cars, but we just put Luke's car in, so we'll put my car in sometime over the next week for a service. Didn't buy any clothes and didn't do any treating others. Actually, I did treat others. I did buy, one of my girlfriends has had a baby, so I sent her a little postpartum kit, but I might have put that into miscellaneous. That's where that might have gone, but that's okay. All right, let's have a look at our savings. So some of these are sinking funds. Most of these are sinking funds. The car fund, holiday fund, emergency fund, utilities fund. These are all sinking funds. So this was just a week's worth that I set up. I redid everything. I had to re-go through our budget because everything's changed since the move, and set up automatic payments into the sinking funds and find out what the new number is. So I did that at the end of last month. $85 a week goes into the car sinking fund, and then this covers everything like registrations and annual service, tires when we need them for both of our cars. Holiday fund, I've set a budget of $8,000 a year to do our travel. We've both got interstate families and also like a little holiday a year for our family. So that's $154 a week that goes in there. Haven't done anything into the emergency and savings yet. And then utilities. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the utilities fund or if I'm actually just going to pay it to the bill straight away. Just found out that you can do that, and I'm really liking that idea. Just like setting it up as a direct debit to the bill straight away. Because that way I'll be able to track it better. If you go into a fund, if you do sinking fund, you can track that it's taken out, but it won't come up as like electricity or water, rent, etc. It'll just say like utility fund. So I like the idea of being able to see exactly what we're spending our money on. And our debt, so this is all the monthly payments that we made. $140 to the credit card, $800 to the tax bill. We've only got 8 weeks left and the tax bill's gone. $400 to the BAS bill, $680 to the small loan, $680 to the large loan, $360 to the car crash. We made an extra payment towards some fines. Luke got a red light ticket before we left Sydney. Zip Pay, and then Red Energy. So that's about it for the good old February budget. And then down here, this is just what I do every day. It literally takes me a couple minutes to just track the expenses, the date, the amount, the category, and then a little thing if I want to have a bit more info. Literally it takes me just a few minutes. I did have someone ask like, how long does it take to do the spreadsheet? Like, how long do I spend managing our finances every day? Every day, it's literally just a couple of minutes. And it felt really big at the beginning. I'm like, how am I going to remember to get my computer out? Like, I'm never on my computer. I'm a phone girl. Get my computer out and track expenses every day. Like, that was just so overwhelming to my brain. So what I did was I just had the spreadsheet up and I just left my computer out on the bench for like a week, 2 weeks, and it was there. And every time I'd spend, I'd just come and I'd log it in. And now I do it like every day or every couple of days, but it's just a habit now. The setup is a few hours. You go through your bank account and you figure out everything and your budget and breakdowns and get your weekly numbers and all of that. You only need to do that once, and then you've got that, and then it's just about daily maintenance. So our total income's $19,717. So we spent nearly all of it. Which is to be expected in this season. All right, let's go over to March. Let's get everything set up. So I'm just gonna jump in and log the pays. So yesterday was payday, 4th of March. Oops, I'm in capitals. And we got paid $6,300. This was a big pay because it was his night shift pay. Okay, so the next one's the 11th of March. So these are my estimates. I'm feeling they're going to be pretty accurate. And then I'll just log them in here as they come through. We have got the bills set out already, so that's what I put away for our electricity every month. Our water, we don't have gas. I need to set the internet up. Our phone bills, if we get our gym memberships, I will pop them in. Pet insurance, car insurance, and our rent. So that's all of our bills for the month. That's $3,540 in bills. We'll go and log the expenses. So I'm gonna set a grocery budget of $1,000 this month, and we'll see how we go with that. That's $250 a week, $1,000, and then dining out I'm gonna do $150. I figured if I do $150 for dining out and $150 for takeout a month, then that's once a week we're either able to go out for takeout or go out for breakfast or lunch or something like that. We are heading out for brunch after I finish this video. Fuel is $380, $200, shopping, and I've got 1120 left for homewares. Gifts, it's my mum's birthday this month and my brother's birthday. I should get them both gifts and be a good sister. I'm gonna do 300. Philo's food is 115.20. Health and medical is 1100 this month. So Luke's just had an MRI this morning on his knee, and then he's got to get a couple of other things, so it's going to come to around 1100. And then we bought him a knee brace, a really good quality knee brace, and I got him an infrared light healing knee brace as well. He's having some knee issues, so we're just really trying to manage that and stay on top of that for him. 150 for takeout, coffee 160 because I'm cutting way back, alcohol $100, formula nothing, gardening nothing, we're pretty sorted there. $500 because I want to take Evelyn to the chiropractor. Family experiences, nothing this month. Hair and beauty, $50. Luke will go to the, oops, I'm the wrong one. Luke will go to the barber. Hobbies, no. Miscellaneous, I'll do $200. Try to keep that in check. Date night, won't be having a date night. We make the most of date night when we have family here. I would love to get a cleaner. I'm going to get a cleaner. I might do fortnightly, but that's not going to be this month. Do $1,000 for my car service. Clothing will do $100. Treating others will do $100. So that's done. That's the budget set. Expected to spend $6,200. Seems like quite a lot. It's quite expensive to live these days, isn't it? So car fund is $380 a month. Holiday fund is $616 a month. And emergency utilities $933. And then Luke gets $800. Oh, I've already budgeted that over there, haven't I? I'll come back and fix this up. So we do $100 a week into our fund money that we just spend on whatever, but I do $200 a week because this is where I'm getting Luke to pay for his massage from as well. But I did budget for that over there, so I'll need to figure out how I'm going to do this so it tracks properly. I'll just do 400. We'll see what's going to be left over from this month for what we're going to put into the emergency and what we're going to put into the savings account. And then we've just got our monthly debt. This is 140, tax bills 800, gas bills 400, small IB loan 680, 680, car crash 60, 200, 150, 100. Amazing. I think we're done for the month, guys. We've set the budget. Now all I've got to do is track the expenses. So after you set it, that's literally all you have to do is just track those. I will log the income as it comes in, and that's about it. So our expected income, where is it? 14,000. Oh, I got to log the miscellaneous. Let's just say March sometime. Oh, can't do that. So I don't know when this is going to be, but this is be $30,000. For the truck sale. These up here will then update as I log everything. So it'll tell me how much I've got left to spend, how much is in the account. Rollover is whatever you're left with in the month before that rolls over that's still in your account. This is where that gets added to. And then your total expenses. So that's just everything that I've logged so far has come to $1,153. And then you've got these graphs, which I love because you can actually see where your money is going. It's like a pie graph. So we've got 4.1% to the bills, 40% to expenses, and then our main chunk of that is debt, which is at 55.5. So yeah, that's how I set up our budget every month. I love using this spreadsheet. It's literally changed my life. Actually not being avoidant to money. We were avoidant to money for so long. We thought that making more money was the answer to all of our problems, and it just caused more problems because we didn't have that foundation and the systems to actually manage the money. So this has been amazing. All right, so I want to go over some goals. Now let me get out of this. Let me talk goals to you guys. I'm going to bring up my phone. Google Sheets. I could bring this up on my computer, but I'm going to be honest. The whole YouTube thing and having like a camera and a computer and an app that I'm running everything through, I'm like really figuring it out. I tried to film this video yesterday and I would have put at least 6 or 7 hours into it and I didn't get anything because it was just a shit show and it was so frustrating. So I'm not going to touch the computer. I'm just going to let it do its thing and bring up my goal and habit tracker. I'm going to show you guys. So this is the CoPlenty goal and habit tracker. There are so many flies around right now. Let's see the goals that I set for myself in February, and we'll see how we did. It's got different sections. It's got personal goals, wellness goals, financial goals, career goals, and then others. In the personal goals, I said furnish our new home with things I love. Tick. I've been doing that, and I've been having a ball with doing that as well. My wellness goals will walk every morning, stay hydrated, eat well, find a gym with a creche. I have been walking, I'm gonna say yes, it hasn't been every morning, but it's been at least 5 times a week, and sometimes I've gone twice a day. We have the most beautiful coastal walking track just down the road, and I love it. It's like therapy for me. So I'm gonna say yes. Staying hydrated, no, I haven't been good at that. And part of that is because I don't have my Kangen machine, and I'm a little bit reluctant to drinking the other water. But yesterday I got to a point in the day where my brain started glitching, and I was like, what's going on? I'm like, I literally haven't drank water today, and it was like 4 p.m. so I haven't done this, but that's okay. We will go again. I've eaten well, and I haven't found a gym with a creche. I'm probably not going to. I don't know if I still want to do that. Maybe. I'm really loving my walks, and life's just really busy at the moment with everything, so we'll see. That might be a next month thing. 5K in our savings. This didn't happen. It would have happened if the sale for the truck came through, but it didn't, so that's okay. Career goals. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about. My Instagram account has been stuck under 1,800 followers for so long, for years. Like, I've been on Instagram for 13 years, guys. 13 years. So I set the goal of 1,900 followers. I wanted 1,900 followers because I'm like, that's 100 followers a month. I don't think I've ever had that many followers in a month, and that's my goal. And I busted through that. My account is going viral. I'm growing with trial reels, and I'm also just posting content that I love. Like, it feels so fucking good. And I feel like I've really put all of my expertise of the last however many years I've been in the online space, building an online business, and I've just rolled it into what I want to do now, and things are finally grabbing. So if you are new and you are one of the people who've just come in from this massive influx, the biggest welcome to you. I'm so excited. I hope you get so much value from this space and you feel like you're a part of a community. If you want to ask me anything in the chat box, you are welcome to do that. I will get in there and reply to every single comment. I really want this to feel like a community, not just someone that you follow on social media. So I set the goal of 1,900, and I think I'm at like 2,500. So I've had like nearly 600 followers come through in the last few days. Post to Instagram 12 times, did that. At the beginning of the year, I'm like, right, what's my strategy for this? I want to be realistic. I want it to be sustainable because I'm a mum. And I didn't want to have to work when my daughter was awake either. I want to be able to be fully present with her and then just do things in nap time or once she's gone to bed. So I set the goal of 12 pieces of content to Instagram a month. My magic number was 3 this year, 3 everything. 3 YouTubes a month. I didn't do that. That's here, post to YouTube 3 times. I only did 1 last month, but I'm really gonna try and do 3 this month. That's my goal moving forwards. So I did my 12 posts to Instagram, 3 a week. I repurposed them to TikTok, YouTube Shorts, sell 5 budget templates. I did that, and create an ebook on Canva ready to publish. I've got the bones of the ebook done, and I feel like that'll be a this month thing. I just need some time to actually then create the ebook. So I didn't do that, but that's in the works. I got halfway there. So I'm celebrating that. I am celebrating that. Let's set some March goals for the month. Personal goals. What do I want to achieve this month? I want to furnish the house under 7K. I really want to challenge myself. Personal goals. I want to do a relationship check-in weekly. We used to be so good at this every week, and then obviously a move. I've not been doing it weekly, but we've had a chat about that and we want to do it weekly. So set that goal. Wellness goals. I want to put my walking 5 times a week, eating well, staying hydrated. Actually, personal goal is I want to send my Kangen machine away so we can have good quality water. What other wellness goals do I have? I think that's about it. Nothing fancy. It's just very sustainable, repeatable, consistent habits, you know, the foundation of things. Financial goals. So I want to track all of our expenses. I want to stick to our takeout and dining. What's it called? Takeout and dining out budgets. that's a financial goal of mine because that's an area that we blow out in. It's Luke that I've got to keep in check there. I would like to, so there's 8 weeks left on the small IBA loan and the tax loan, and I would like to get rid of them both. So that means I'm paying double payments. So clear, small IBA loan and tax bill. That would be cool to get them gone. They're due to be gone in 8 weeks, but if we could clear them this month just by making extra payments, I feel like that would be really awesome. It's going to free up like $375 a week, to then roll into something else. So I'm going to set that as a financial goal. Career goal. My goal on Instagram is 3,000 followers this month, and I feel like it's gonna happen. It'll bloody happen. It's inevitable. It's so exciting. Being in a growth phase after like showing up consistently for so long is so exciting. And I know it won't look like I've showed up consistently if you're new here, because there's not a whole lot on my page because I archived like everything. There was years of stuff on there. So it's been a long time in the works. Career goals. So I also I thought this would take so long, but I also got my first a brand approached me yesterday, wanted to collaborate on something. I asked them more questions and it was great to have that communication, but I'm not going to work with them just because it was like a fitness thing for busy mums and there's flies, all of that, which I'm sure is absolutely amazing. But I'm so sorry if all you can see is flies flying around right now. I want to be so picky with who I work with. And no shade to anyone who does this, but I don't want to be a creator who just posts this, that, and everything. I will only share things with you guys that I genuinely love, like this spreadsheet, and I use every day. I've got some other things I'm going to be sharing this month that I use every day and that help us save money and that I love. And brands and partnerships that I genuinely believe in, because the community here and the loyalty and the trust that I'm building is paramount to me, and I do not want to take that for granted and just spam some random ass shit in here. So I'm going to be very intentional with the partnerships moving forward. But that was a big milestone of having a brand reach out to me yesterday. It was really cool. I'm seeing a lot come to fruition right now. So I do want to do a brand deal this month. I've actually got a brand I'm going to pitch this month to work together in some capacity. I'd love to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube. So last month I started with 7, and I think we're at 45 or maybe 35 or something. So it's growing. Very exciting. So I'm going to set that goal. We'll see how we go. TikTok, I don't really care about TikTok. TikTok will just do its thing. I just repurpose all of my Instagram stuff to TikTok, but that is growing as well. I think we're at 1,500 there. Work with a brand. Actually, yeah, work with a brand. I was going to say maybe I'll just set the goal to pitch a brand, but why not go all out and just say work with a brand? Let's say 10 budget spreadsheets this month. I feel like that'll do. All right, cool guys. I feel like we're done. We've done our recap of February finances, and we have set our March budget, and we've reviewed our goals, and we have set our new goals for March. So I feel like we're done. If you guys have any questions at all, just drop them in the comments here on YouTube and I will get back to you. I will answer them. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for sitting here and hanging out with me for however long it's been. Hope you've gotten lots of value, and if there's any, I will pop the link to the budget spreadsheet below with my discount code. This will always be in my bio as well. If you're on Instagram, it'll be in there to access always. So love you guys. I will see you back in a few days, hopefully in a week maybe, for my next video. And if not, I'll definitely see you back next month for our budget review. All right guys, bye.